What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. We are back at it again with another Copart walk around over here at Yard 18, 2829 Southeast 15th Street here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. I'm gonna jump right into this one, guys. We got a kind of a rare one today. How about a 2002 Ford Thunderbird? These are cars that most of you are either gonna love or you're gonna hate. There's not much of a middle ground to them. I've always liked them, but if I'm honest, I actually really like the older Thunderbirds a whole lot better. And I'm not talking about the last generation before this. I'm talking about going back to the 50s and to the 60s. This one is listed as mechanical damage, non-runner, 94,247 miles on it. But it looks to be in really good shape. Now, one of the things I noticed about this is Copart was not the first auction it landed at, okay? It's got a sticker on it from another auto auction. So that tells me someone's tried to unload it before right here, okay? This is a CDS car, which means Copart Dealer Services. So a dealership owns this car and they're trying to unload it for whatever reason. Now, what the mechanical damage is, well, your guess is as good as mine. Obviously, as I said, it's a non-runner. Now, it may crank. You might be able to verify that it at least cranks over. It could be something as simple as a fuel pump. It could be a fuel system issue. It could be a fuse. Or it could be something as complicated as the entire motor is blown up in it. Either way, I feel like if you do your due diligence on these cars, guys, you can score out here at Copart. You really can. Some of these cars are truly diamonds in the rough. Some of these dealer-only cars are bigger name brand dealerships that take this stuff in on trade all the time, and they just don't have a market for it. They don't sell it on their lot, so they send it to auction. Well, I'm already seeing signs that someone was trying to figure out what was wrong with it. The intake tube has been removed. In fact, a lot of things have been removed. The cover to the engine has been taken off, so somebody was peeking around under there. The tube right here has been removed. This has been removed. All of these tubes down here have been removed, and this has been removed from the airbox. In fact, even the airbox itself has been removed. It's all just kind of sitting in there at this point. That's it's probably not good. So if I had to guess, I would think that it probably cranks, but maybe this is a fuel system issue. Maybe they had all this opened up at some point. In fact, they probably took it. Yeah, they did. They took it off of the throttle body itself. They were probably trying to shoot starting fluid in it to try to get it running. And perhaps, this is pure speculation, but perhaps they shot starting fluid into it and it didn't do anything. And at that point they said, we give up. There's something seriously wrong with it. Now, it just wouldn't be me if I didn't want to hear it at least crank over. The issue is I'm not seeing anything under the hood to let me jumpstart it. So I'm assuming battery is back here. And this trunk is very odd. It doesn't quite line up there or there. And there's a huge gap right here, but the trunk is closed. So is there a secret compartment? Nope. And there's not a manual handle either. It's just an electronic push button, and of course without power you have no access to it. Lovely. So I'm going to poke around under the hood a little bit more and see if there's anywhere I can find that you can hook a jump pack up to this and give her a little bit of juice. So I saved you guys a lot of time and probably quite a bit of headache getting into this trunk. This wasn't exactly easy, but we got it done. The trunk is open. No, we didn't do anything and damage anything, nothing like that. I did it the proper way, but I'm not going to tell y'all how to do it. Sorry. So obviously we know it's not going to run, but I think it's important to make sure that the engine cranks over. Mileage shows to be 94,000. So I wouldn't think that this thing would have a bad engine. It could be something electronic related. That dinging is really annoying. I'm kind of giving the car a second it's making lots of noises. Okay, are we ready? Let's see what it sounds like. Oh. Ooh. Put it in neutral. Try it. No. Ouch. Try it one more time. No. Okay. Okay. Well, now we know, boys. Now I know what you're thinking. The engine's frozen, right? Engine's totally seized up. It could be. It could be. But I can't tell you, and I've run into it more than a few times, where I bought a car that someone swore that the engine was locked up on, only to find out the engine wasn't locked up at all. It was an issue with the starter. Something wrong with the starter starter solenoid, the flywheel. There are a million things that can go wrong between the starter and the flywheel. Believe it or not, they can cause an engine not to turn over. Now, with that said, obviously this was a dealer that decided to get rid of this car. First thing I look for is the oil, and the oil looks good. It's not low. Let me look for, hold on, let me double check this in the sunlight for metallic flakes. Of course, by now, with the engine sitting for so long, the metallic flakes have probably all sank to the bottom. But, yeah, I don't see any sign of metallic flakes on the dipstick. But again, they could have sank to the... This is one of those 50-50 cars, man. This is it's a risky one. You could buy it, and you could find out that it's an easy fix, or you could buy it and find out this thing is gonna at least need a motor. Let's check the coolant. That's another thing I like to check for. Coolant is full. Very full. Almost suspiciously full. Guys, I don't know. These cars right here usually go for quite a bit of money, so I'm gonna keep my eye on it, but I'm not gonna hold out very much hope for this one. Clean car, looks good, could be an easy fix. Then again, it could be a very expensive fix. Sometimes it's a risk you got to take. It's a risk you got to assess when you're out here buying these cars. Let's sniff the gas. Okay, the gas actually doesn't smell bad. This one would be worth running a Carfax on, trying to figure out what it was last in for service for. That would be your best bet on this to get an idea of what's going on. Let's move on to the next one. How about a 2010 Camry for $100? I'm a little shocked too. This is not a salvage car. It doesn't say if it's a CDS or what it is. 250,000 miles on the odometer. Is it the V6? I'm assuming it's a V6, but if I remember right, didn't they put 4 bangers in these too? I can't remember for sure. It's got this little aero kit that's obviously been coming off for a while. Someone used hot glue to glue it on. Better than duct tape, guys. And yes, I said duct, not duck. Duct tape. I guess it sounds like I'm saying duck, doesn't it? I'm truly saying duct tape. Duct tape. There you go. Oh, garage door opener. And you know what? This $250,000 car will fire right up, of course. That's a 4-banger. Yeah, sounds like 4-cylinder. Let's see. What lights do we have on the dash? Nothing. We have a TPMS light. That's it. Oh, let's verify the check engine light works. Maintenance record. Yes, it all works. Okay. So literally, the only light on the dash is the tire pressure. Unreal. These Toyotas, man, as long as you provide them basic maintenance, these cars just last forever. It blows my mind. Maybe I need to buy a Toyota. Hell, that's an idea. Trade my last GM, my Camaro SS, in for a Toyota. See if the AC works. Power steering sounds like it's whining a little bit. I'm not betting on air conditioning. No, I don't feel anything from the AC. It's just hot. Let's check under the hood. See what she's looking like under there. 250,000 miles and not even a check engine light, you know? That is crazy. Yep, little four banger. And it is pretty dirty under the hood, but truthfully, for 251,000 miles, this is actually not bad. I could hit this with my pressure washer and it would look almost as good as the day it came off the showroom floor. Well, she's sitting here idling, purring like a kitten. Can't really fault the dang car for much. It doesn't even need that much of a cleaning. Where's the trunk? It's actually pretty clean. This is pretty, it's pretty nice. Take a look. The seats are not bad. Not bad at all. It's got prime wells all the way around. They're in good shape. That door either is locked or it doesn't work. You find that a lot with high mileage cars, door handles that just, you know, they just give out. I think this one doesn't work either. So it could be that, or it could be the lock may not be working on it. Yeah, let's reach back here and see if we can, no. There we go. I think it's the lock, guys. Yeah, it's just the lock. It's no big deal. The lock actuator isn't working on this one. So there you go. As you can see, it's extremely clean. This is probably, oh, there's the air conditioning. I didn't think the AC worked. That is, it took it a while, but that is ice cold. Reverse. Drive. Unbelievable. Let's give it a little rev. She sounds good. She does. I'm kind of blown away by this. I wonder what this little car is going to go for. Even back here is clean. Wow. It's sitting at $100 right now, guys. $100. And fact of the matter is, this car is probably better than 90% of the cars out here. This is probably one of the best cars sitting here right now. And it's going for nothing. Pennies. Pennies. Golly. I'm interested. Yeah, I'm very interested in this one, guys. All right, it's on the list. Let's see what happens at the auction. Next on my list, a 2008 Chrysler Town & Country. I don't know the mileage. I don't know why it's here, but it looks fine to me. $425, guys. $425. The front tires are totally shot. They are real bad. Pretty much bald on the outside, weathered very badly. How about the back tires? The fronts are Firestone. The backs are also Firestone, but the backs look to be in much better condition than the fronts do. Overall, the body looks to be in pretty good shape. It is a flex fuel. Honestly, could really use all four tires. Yeah, some scratches, some dings. Oh, ugh. Oh, this is a wheelchair van. I did not know that. Wait a minute. I remember this. Oh, maybe this isn't the same. I mean, how many of these do you see, though? Like, you don't see these very often. Huh. Okay. Maybe this is not the same one. In fact, I know it's not. This says it's only 139,000 miles. The one that I looked at before was like 250,000 miles, and I bid the living crap out of it, and it went ridiculously high, guys. It did. So, with 130,000 miles on it, I wouldn't think that there would be much wrong with it. In fact, the oil change says February 7th, 2019, 141,000 miles. So it still had a couple thousand miles before it was even due for another oil change. So what does that mean exactly? I don't know. Like I said, I think, if I remember right, this was a donation, and that just leaves you kind of wondering. This is pretty low miles for one of these. These things are they're pretty solid. They're pretty solid. The one weak point on these is going to be the transmission. That's kind of always been a thing with these Dodge Chryslers. They've always kind of had weak trannies. Boy, she's got a lot of buildup. Take a look at that fluid there. Doesn't look particularly bad to me. I don't see any shinies in it. It doesn't look like somebody's recently serviced it or anything either. So, about the only thing we can do is put the booster pack on it, see what it does. Well, it sounds like she's got power. Oh, she does. Let's see what it does. Fired right up. We have an ESP, BAS, traction control. Air conditioning is ice cold. Very nice. Oh. The important window does, no, there we go. The important window is a little flaky, but it does work. All right, the steering feels good. Let's put it in gear. Backward. Forward. What is this button? Oh, that opens the, oh. That lifted the back of the van up. Whoa. Okay, that's kind of cool. I'm not sure what that just did, but the back of the van literally lifted up. So let's go ahead and drop that back down. That's what I get for playing with buttons. I don't know what they do. There we go. See that? Okay. Oh, this bumper's broken. Look at this. Someone tried to... Oh, they didn't. Okay, it's not broken. That's how they had to do it. I get it. I get it. To try to make it look factory, because this is a big old wheelchair ramp, a hydraulic ramp that slides out. So, in order to keep it looking somewhat factory, they had no choice but to cut the bumper. And there's the spare tire right there. Very interesting. Very interesting. And it's even, I didn't even see this, it's got a seat right here. Looks like this seat could fold down if you don't have it like fully stocked up with the wheelchairs or whatever. You could put this seat down and have a little bit of extra room. Okay, hey, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. Seems like it's a good running van, guys. It does. It even comes with a full tank of gas. Like, how do you beat that? A full tank of gas? At today's gas prices, that's a pretty good deal. All right, guys, let's move on to the next one. This is one that I've been hoping to rescue since I started doing Copart just about. This car has been sitting here for close to 2 years, and it's finally coming up for auction. Why it hasn't come up before, I don't know. It's been on my watch list the whole time, and it does come up for auction, and then it tends to go away, and then it doesn't come back. And then 6 months later, it pops up, and then it disappears again. Well, according to the website, this bad boy comes up for auction tomorrow. Tomorrow. Guys, good looking car. 74,000 original miles. Now, I don't think I've ever recorded this one before because I didn't want to spoil it. If this car ever went up for auction, I wanted it for myself, and I didn't want to share it with anybody because I know somebody come and try to snipe me. The downside to it is that the windows had been sitting down. It's got plastic wrap on it now, But for the longest time, these windows were down. It was just filling up with water every time it rained. So at some point they did put plastic wrap over the windows, but it was not like that when I first checked it out, however long ago it was. I don't think we can get in because they have overlapped the plastic bags here, so we can't get in from this side, but we should be able to get in from the other side. And I know what you're thinking, there's no way it's got 74,000 original miles. Well, let's just put that doubt to rest right now. Okay? How do you feel about it now? Yes, it smells bad. Yes, there's probably mold and mildew. Yeah, look at that, see? Like I said, it's been sitting with the windows down. Look at the headliner. Right? Ooh, she does smell pretty bad. Now, of course, it's listed as a non-runner. Doesn't run, doesn't drive. And you're probably thinking, well, this car can't go for much, right? Guys, this car is already at $675. So somebody else knows the secret of this car, because there is a secret to it that most of you probably, here's the original wrap that had fallen through. The front floor doesn't look bad. It actually looks all right. Here's the dashboard. This thing has been sitting out in the sun for a couple years now, and it has peeled a little bit. You can see this doesn't fit like it used to, but honestly, overall, it looks good. Here's the door panel. Looks like this window had been down for a while too. You can kind of see the just dirt and mud all over it. So there is the odometer right there, 74,976. Remember, she's a non-runner, okay? Now here's what I find interesting is TK was out here with me, I believe is when we found this, and come on. Oh, shoot. There we go. You guys remember when the hoods used to open like this? Yeah, some of you do. Some of you remember. Some of you also know this is one of the best damn engines that General Motors had ever come out with. The old 3800. Take a look at this. Cooling system by BG, 65,000 miles. Power steering by BG, 65,000 miles. Transmission by BG, 65,000 miles. So 14,000 miles before this car was no longer driven, this thing was serviced, and it was serviced very, very well. Transmission dipstick is here. The fluid should be bright pink, and it is exceptionally bright pink. We'll walk around to the other side after we check the oil. The oil is definitely due for a change. It's a little dark, but it's not abused. It's not looking like it was neglected or anything. So put that back, and then let's check the coolant and the power steering reservoir. Here is your coolant. We'll just take the cap off. Oh, no, we won't. I can't get down in there either. Can't really see much. There we go. Come on, old girl. There we go. Bright green antifreeze. Yes. Like I said, this car is not what it appears to be on the surface. It looks like just some old abandoned car. Power steering fluid is low, so it's not registering on the dipstick, but you get the point. She's been well serviced. So the question is, if someone took such good care of it, why doesn't it run? Well, that is the million-dollar question, and I'm so glad that you asked. Huh. Give me a minute. It's making me look like a fool. It ran. I don't want to kill my booster pack. I still have other cars to look at. Maybe the fuel pump has finally completely died. We tried rolling these windows up last time we were here, but they wouldn't work. They wouldn't do anything. Well, all of the gauges are on. However, the gas gauge I noticed that used to work, the gas gauge used to be right in the middle, and the gas gauge has disappeared. I have a feeling that now it's not going to run. It ran, guys. It did. This car started and ran perfectly. TK was here with me when it did. Huh. Well, that's very interesting, guys. It truly is. Because she did. Got light bulbs, little extra pieces here and there for it. Somebody threw in. Huh. Well, you know, sitting for this long could have definitely finished her off. Because I don't hear the fuel pump at all. Yeah, I don't hear the fuel pump. There's also a possibility that somebody came out here and messed with it. I hate to say that, but it happens. People come out here, they want something, and they can, at times, mess with these cars so that they don't run, so that the next person that comes out here and checks them out doesn't want them, you know, and they end up getting it cheaper. So you've got your maxi fuse. Ah, well, there's a sign right there. Somebody's lifted this up. Yeah, your fuse center and your relays are down in here. I'm not going to mess with it, guys. It's not my car. If somebody did that, they did. If they didn't, and it's just the way it is from sitting, then it's just the way it is. But I'm not going to play with it. I will see what this smells like. Interesting. I don't hear anything in it. That's bizarre. I hear a tiny bit of sloshing around, but really, I don't hear much of anything in there at all. So, the fuel gauge came back. Now it's on full. Yeah, see the fuel gauge? I don't know if you can see it, but the fuel gauge has moved. Now it's, okay, the fuel gauge is over full. Okay, well, I'm going to call that a wrap on this one, guys, unfortunately. I was hoping we might be able to check it out a little bit better. Does it have a trunk release in here? No, the remote trunk release doesn't exist. Chances are, guys, like I said, I've been watching this, and I was going to bid on this and buy it regardless for the price, because I know it runs. I know it runs. Even if the fuel system is gummed up now, you know, if it needs a fuel pump and a fuel tank, whatever, this thing runs perfectly. I mean, absolutely perfect. I guarantee you, get those windows fixed, you could drive this thing up and down the road all day, every day, probably for at least another 5 years without too many worries, concerns, or issues. But at the current rate, with it being at $700 before fees, you're talking about $1,100, $1,200, guys, out the door for this. I just don't think it's I don't think it's worth it. I don't. I would rather take that same $1,200 and put it into a new interior kit for the MGB. I would rather do that than purchase this car for $1,200. So I'm probably just going to walk away from it, guys, and we'll move on to the next one. Next on my list, a 96 Infiniti I30. Okay. I've had a few Infinitis back in the day. Back in this era of Infiniti, my favorite one that I ever owned outright was an Infiniti Q45. I never really cared for the I series all that much, but the Qs, man, you guys already know. Surely some of you back in the day owned a Q45. Man, it was a big, heavy tank. I believe it had an all-aluminum V8, and that thing ran like a bat out of hell, man. Like, that car was always moving. Oh, no, come on now. Yeah, it's all... Okay. That makes things a little more difficult. Oh, what? What is all this? Ew. Oh, man. Sometimes, guys, I do get in a hurry looking through the listings because there are typically over 400 cars a week. So I just kind of glance over the outside pictures, and a lot of times I don't look at the interior. Oh, man. This is, oh, man. This one is a perfect example of one I did not look at the interior pics. Oh my God, it smells so bad. I mean, it smells bad. Oh, wow. All right. Oh, it's not going to start. 129,000 miles. So this is low miles. Low miles. It's a run and drive. Ooh. Oh. This is basically what? A Nissan Maxima, right? Tell me if I'm wrong, but isn't an Infiniti I30 the same thing as a Nissan Maxima with a 3-liter? Let's try to pop the hood. Take a look. I believe, and I could be wrong, of course, but I do believe this is just a Nissan Maxima. 3-liter, twin cam, V6, probably timing belt. Yep, there it is. 24 valve, twin cam, V6. Yeah, it's a Maxima. It's Infiniti would be like the higher end Nissan. Okay, well, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. This hood weighs about 10,000 pounds. The hood struts don't work. I can't hold that up and attach the booster pack. And truthfully, after seeing how bad the driver's seat is in this and the passenger seat, the rear seats are chewed up too. I'll be honest with you, I have no interest in this car at all. When I first saw it, I did. These are very heavy, durable, solid cars. I knew the paint was bad, but this is like an emerald green. Beautiful color. Well, you can't really tell, but you'd have to look at it just right, and you can still see some sheen in a very beautiful metallic green, dark green. Good tires. The body looks good. With a fresh paint job from Maaco, this car would look, I mean, honestly, the body, with sanding and paint, this thing could look almost new. Almost new. It's got practically brand new tires all the way around. They could make this car look sick. Detail the headlights. Unfortunately, like I said, I didn't check the interior. and the interior is bad. So we're going to walk away from this one and move on to the last one on my list. Last but certainly not least, we have a Chrysler Town & Country. Donation, $287,000. You again. Don't look at me with those sad eyes. I could save you. I totally could. But I don't think so. 287,000 miles on the odometer. It looks, dirty. Looks like this back bumper was replaced with a gold one and they painted over it without prepping it. The body looks good. The tires match. They're all prime wells. Okay. This is a donation. Donations always intrigue me because you never know what you're going to get. Okay, it's got the entertainment center. It's got lights on. I don't think it's going to start. The lights are looking pretty dim back there, but at least it's got lights, you know. Oh, she tried. Let's try it one more time. Yeah, okay. All right. All right. I got you, old girl. Got you covered. Let's put the jump on her. And, I might as well check under the hood anyway and see what things are looking like down here, right? If I can find, there's the hood release. Dang, almost 300,000 miles. Didn't earlier, I tell you guys, these things are notorious for, like, going forever, man. They make great commercial vehicles. Trans fluid is ultimately clean. Some of the cleanest fluid I've seen in a long time. Next to that Buick we looked at earlier. Oil, a little dark, but not bad. Still kind of a dark golden color. All right. Boy, no wonder it doesn't start. That battery looks rough. Let's throw a jump on her, see what she does. And this is a 3.8, isn't it? Not the 3.3? Yeah, 3.8 liter. I like the 3.8 liter. Let's jump it and see what it does. All right, moment of truth. It's gonna fire up, guys. I know it will. Yep. Yep. Okay. We have an ABS light and a tire pressure light. And that's it. Up here, we have the doors. Generally, by this mileage, the doors don't work anymore. Case in point. And let's try the other door. That one doesn't do anything. Why do I feel like I've looked at this one before? Wait a minute. I recognize this one. It's not that I recognize the van. I recognize the way the doors don't work. The hatch. Yeah. I remember this one. I'm almost embarrassed. We looked at this one already. We did. I think we looked at this one in last week's video. Well, guys, please forgive me. These things, these Town and Countries all look the same. They do. They all look the same. You know, some of them are silver, some are white, some are red, but there are so many of these things out here that I get them confused sometimes. I truly do. It took those doors. I remembered those doors. I remembered that one sounded like it was trying to do something, but it wasn't doing anything. And the other one, this one, just clicked and didn't do anything at all. That, when this door did that, it clicked. And I was like, wait a minute, I've already looked at this. Yeah, so this is the one that I said last week was like, buy it now for $750. Runs great, shifts into gear, looks like it would run and drive. AC doesn't work, doors don't work, the rear hatch doesn't work. But if I remember right, the important window works. I think that much I remember. Yeah, the important window works. That one, yeah, that window works. Well, it's at a buy it now of $700 right now. So I can't do it though, guys. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to have to bounce. It is tough out here at the auction. It's not just Copart either, guys. It's everywhere. All of the auctions. I don't want anybody to think I'm like singling out Copart. Hell no, man. Believe it or not, I love Copart. Surely you guys know that by now. They don't sponsor me, but they do let me come out here and record these videos. So I would never come out here and badmouth Copart or anything like that. It's just, I'm just letting you guys know it's the way it is, man. Times are changing, things are different, and in the used car industry right now, it's crazy all over. So don't think that it's just Copart. I've experienced similar things at other auctions as well, and I go online. I found some other auctions that I was going to share with you guys, online auctions that are local to me, and I'm watching some of these cars. It's ridiculous. The prices of the cars are just too high. My only guess is that it's buy here, pay here lots, because they'll probably sell a car, repossess it, resell it, repossess it, resell it, repossess it, you know, on a buy here, pay here contract. So they can afford to pay more money for these cars And for them, this is great business. But for the cash car lots, the people just trying to get these things in and move them out for cash money, it's a bad time because we cannot afford to pay these kinds of prices for cars that we're just trying to turn around and make a few $100 off of once we sell them on the lot. So don't think it's just here, guys. It's tough everywhere. And any of you out there that are bidding on cars, you already know that. You already know that. It's just the way it is. We got to get used to it. We've got to adapt, and we've got to find new ways of making good things out of a bad situation. And we'll figure it out. We'll get there. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the content, give the video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to drop those comments down below on the Buick. Yeah, on the Buick. Drop your comments down below, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're not currently subscribed. Please follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Auto Auction Rebuilds. That's plural, rebuilds. Links are in the description, so you can just click on one of those and follow me. I'd appreciate it. Till next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I will catch you all very soon in the next one.